We're here to talk to you about a paper that's being published in Family Process called Parents as Partners, a UK trial of a US couples-based parenting intervention for at-risk low-income families. Unfortunately, the other three authors of the paper can't be here, but they are Professor Phil Cowan, Professor Carolyn Cowan, and Lucy Draper. So Polly and Naomi, can you tell the viewers about the project that this research is part of?
Yeah, so Parents as Partners is a couple-focused group work program, and it's in its fourth year of running in the UK. It started as supporting father involvement in the US, and it was started by Professors Phil and Carolyn Cowan. So within each group, there are 5 to 6 couples, and that's run by a male and female co-working pair who have a professional background in social work or mental health services. The program runs for 16 weeks, and each session lasts for 2 hours per session. And the material covered in each session is grounded within the 5 domains of the program. So it's almost useful to think of the first 3 domains as sitting within each other. So the first domain is individual mental health and well-being, and that has an impact on the second domain, which is a couple relationship, which then has an impact on the third domain, which is the parent and child relationship. The fourth domain is the tri-generational pattern, and that's just a recognition of the fact that each partner comes to their relationship with their own experience of being parented and having seen their parents do relationship, and the things about that they'd like to keep and things that they'd like to discard. And then the fifth domain just covers outside stresses and support, so things like employment, money, health, in-laws, etc. And all of these 5 domains work together to contribute towards healthy family functioning.
How did you go about researching it?
So we set out to look at 2 questions really. The first question is whether the UK cohort could replicate the findings of the original US cohort. The second question looked at high functioning versus low functioning couples and what their outcomes were. And high function versus low function was determined using clinical cutoff scores and median scores as well. So as part of the assessment, group workers and caseworkers collect measures of psychological well-being, couple relationship quality, father involvement, and children's emotional and behavioural difficulties. These measures are done pre and post, and each partner in the relationship completes these measures. So what this paper presents is the findings from the first 97 couples in the UK.
What analysis did you do of the data?
This sample only included heterosexual couples, although the programme is available to same-sex couples as well. To take into account that each parent was a member of a couple, we used multi-level modelling. So those pieces of data from each parent were affected by the fact that they were also a member of a couple. Traditionally, parenting programmes are attended by mothers, generally speaking, and one of the stipulations of this programme was that both parents attend. Generally speaking, intervention effects are stronger and more long-lasting when mothers and fathers attend together. We very simply compared the pre- and post-intervention data. And the second part was to analyse the data according to baseline levels of functioning. Very often, programme interventions just look at sort of blanket intervention effects for the whole sample, whereas we really had a very diverse sample in terms of a range of factors. So we wanted to really drill down into that a bit further, and the way that we chose to do that was by looking at baseline levels of functioning on various factors, individual factors, familial factors.
What were the key results?
We found that parents reported improvement on almost every single measure. Parents' individual psychological well-being, the couple relationship quality, the interparental levels of conflict, parents' levels of stress in relation to their role as parents, levels of violent problem solving, importantly children's emotional and behavioural well-being as reported by their parents. Our results replicated those of the US sample. In the second half of the analyses, what we found was that the parents who were reporting the lowest levels of functioning prior to beginning the programme were the parents who seemed to be reporting the most amount of improvement at the end of the programme.
Well, Naomi and Polly, thank you very much.
Thank you.